At the end of the day, I'm here to help entrepreneurs design brands that guide them to seven-figure success. What's going on, everybody? Henry Kaminski, the brand doctor here from uniquedesignz.net. And today's presentation is going to be about how to systemize your branding so you could dial in your message, optimize your funnel, and attract higher quality clients. So if you want your brand and online presence to help and inspire your clients to get to the next level in their lives, crystallize your brand's message to attract higher paying clients, grow your network of influence to open up even larger lucrative opportunities for yourself, optimize your funnel to bring in a steady flow of more qualified leads, this video is going to help you uniquely articulate the value you bring to your industry. Get into the minds of your ideal clients so you can put the right messaging in front of them. Avoid the common mistakes of building your brand and systemize your branding that is going to help you scale, grow, and run a more efficient and profitable business. Before we get started, I have some questions for you. Question number one, does your brand truly represent the value that you deliver? Question number two, does your online presence, so your website, your funnel, your social media identity, your messaging, attract and convert the right clients at the level that you're proud of? And question number three, on a scale from 1 to 10, how proud are you of your brand's online presence? I'll give you a quick story here about ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson and how he came to me saying, Henry, I am working with 6 designers right now. Everything is coming back fragmented and disjointed. It's completely overwhelming. I need help. We want to take this business to the next level. We're talking 100, 200, $300 million level, and we need brand consistency. So I spent 2.5 years with him and his team helping them brand ClickFunnels, from anything from landing pages to Facebook ad design to infographics to blog post imagery, you name it. We got the brand looking tight, cohesive, consistent. And about 6 months after we handed over the last branding asset for them, they hit the $100 million mark. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the power of branding. See, most experts in personal brands, even celebrities like Russell, have a hard time creating a reputable and memorable online presence. They may deliver incredible results to their clients, but their online image just doesn't match up. There's a reason why this background image is fuzzy, guys. A lot of messaging getting put out these days are fuzzy. And when you put out fuzzy messaging, you get fuzzy feedback, you get fuzzy results. So if your audience doesn't know the value that you deliver, they're not going to understand how to connect with you. So you waste a ton of time, money, and energy trying to franken brand your business. You're hiring all types of designers and developers and social media experts and funnel builders, and nothing ever seems to exceed your expectations. Why? Because a strong foundation of discovery and strategy has yet to be established. I'll give you a quick example here. This client came to us and they wanted a funnel. And like everybody, they think funnels are going to be the next thing that's going to help them drive revenues and drive lead and scale their business. And with all due respect, funnels are a great vehicle to do all of that. But if you don't have a solid brand established, a funnel is not going to help you. So as I did more research and I did more discovery with this particular client, we realized that they had 2 very different clients that they wanted to serve. So we needed to come up with 2 very specific offers, 2 very specific funnels. So that's what we did. We branded and created individual offers. One was called the GAP program, one was called the MVP program, and we built out the foundation. So the messaging, the copywriting, the actual funnel design, and inside of ClickFunnels, we built a website to connect everything together and a social media presence that was really going to align with the messaging and the branding that they were trying to deliver. Incredible things happened. 2 weeks after launch, they landed their first $96,000 client. Now, had he just jumped and skipped and tried to build a funnel out real quick without taking the time to build that brand and marketing strategy, that funnel probably would have fell flat. So powerful stuff here. So I want to get into who your ideal client is. So I'm going to share with you a vision board here. These are 3 clients that we here at Unique Designz work with on a regular basis. And this vision board here helps us get deep into who this person is, the car that they drive, the watch that they wear, the clothes that they wear, what's important to them, why all this matters to them, what kind of house do they live in? Because we want to pick these people out of a room of 1,000, right? So here's a typical client of ours, the motivated industry expert that wants to scale. And this may sound like you guys that struggles with their online presence because it doesn't represent the value that they deliver. They want a brand identity and they want funnels to help them generate more impact, influence, and revenues for their business. So they need a brand that evokes emotion and connects with the right audience, or they risk of being lost in all the noise that's out there in their space. I don't know about you guys, but I work too hard to get lost in all of that noise that's out there on social media. So Steve McCoach is a typical client of ours that we help serve. Here's another client of ours, right? Again, getting a visual on this person, John Frazier. He's the spread too thin entrepreneur. He's a crunch for time, 6-figure plus entrepreneur. He values time more than money. And what's happening is he's struggling with getting in his own way. He's spending time on things that he knows he shouldn't be spending time on. So he needs help branding his business so that it captures the true essence of his mission and vision. So he needs to get his time back to do things that he loves to do and delegate the rest of the stuff like funnel building, like brand strategy, like marketing strategy. Or he risks missed opportunities because he's too focused working in his business instead of on it. And then last but not least, guys, here's Kevin Blizak, the inefficient entrepreneur. He struggles with hiring all different types of people, and he keeps franken branding his business. He wants his time back. So he's looking for a done-for-you service to help him level up his online presence and get it more systematic. Therefore, his branding is consistent and elevates his status across all marketing channels. Otherwise, he runs the risks of not being taken seriously by potential prospects and misses out on amazing opportunities for growth. Here's the Bon Jovi story that I want to share with you. You know, John and his team came to us looking to generate more awareness to his fan club. They wanted to level up their e-commerce sales. And they were trying to figure out ways to do this. Well, he was going on tour. And I said, you know what? What is the best way to get this message in front of such a dense audience? Well, let's create marketing materials, print collateral that we can drop ship to the arena prior to John and his team getting there. And then once the show is going on, his street team goes through the stadium and delivers all of this. And we did that for 2 world tours, which then generated tons of sales to his fan club. And then that led to a really exclusive project, which was really, really cool. John had asked me to design a CD cover from cover to cover, CD and all, for one of his exclusive events at the Starland Ballroom that he recorded right here in New Jersey. And it was just a tremendous experience. So, you know, you don't have to know it all. It's not, how do I do this? It's who can help me do this? And, you know, it was an honor to be part of this team and help them get those sales to that fan club. Now, here's a couple questions for you guys. What's your purpose? How would you describe what it is that you do? What got you into this line of business in the first place? What higher mission are you on? Besides the money, besides the status, besides the freedom, why are you doing what you're doing? The next question is, what's your uniqueness? What makes your business different from the rest? How do you do that? Why would somebody believe that? What makes you credible? And how does that impact your credibility? And then lastly, guys, what are your funnel goals? What do you want your funnels to do for you? Do you want it to drive lead? Do you want it to drive sale? Do you want it to drive community? What type of experience do you want your visitors to have? Because guys, at the core, branding is all about connection. It's all about experience. If you're just going to, quote, funnel hack or model something of your competitors because they're having success with it, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. There has to be a unique experience here. And the good news is that we all have a uniqueness about us. It's all about leveraging that, right? And then lastly, how will you measure the success of your funnel? What metrics will you put in place, and what value will you put to those metrics so that it actually makes sense? I'll give you a quick example here of this client. This client's been around for 5 years. They're generating about $5 million a year in revenue, but they were getting crushed by their competition online because their competition looked way more polished, way more professional. And these guys just did the best that they could with their branding capabilities and their branding knowledge, which got them to that point, right? Which wasn't bad. But the problem was they wanted to take it further. They knew they had more juice in the tank, and they were ready to get the professional help that they needed. So I took them through the process. I did a thorough diagnosis, and we realized, yes, we need a funnel to get qualified leads in the door. We need a website that's going to build that trust, build that authority, build that credibility. We need a new online presence. So we redid their logo, their color scheme, their messaging, from copywriting to social media identity. And about 3 weeks after we started running ads, they generated $250,000 in new solar panel install. It's pretty powerful stuff. Okay. So my question to you guys is, does your current branding truly represent the value that you deliver? I'm going to walk you through the system that I take my clients through when it comes to building your brand identity. So once I go through a thorough diagnosis and workshop to get a solid brand strategy in place, to get a solid marketing strategy in place, to get a solid business acceleration strategy in place, now I have the insights to create stylescapes. So what are stylescapes? Well, they're like vision boards on steroids. What we do here is we start to point the direction of the branding identity. So we create these different stylescapes to test different color schemes, logos, typography, imagery that will evoke emotion out of our ideal client. So for this client, this guy right here was our ideal client. So we did 3 different concepts of stylescapes, and then I sit down with the client and we pick them apart. What do we love? What do we hate? What's going to really connect with this client that we want to serve? Then we narrow it down and finalize it. So this was the stylescape that was finalized and approved by the client that we both agreed was going to really target this customer. Then we got into the logo design and we started building out the logo design. Now, this process is not like something you see on Fiverr or 99 Designs where they're going to throw you 600 logo concepts and you got to pick one, right? It's extremely overwhelming. And, they throw it on a white background, so you don't really know what it's going to look like in real life. So what we do is we come up with concepts and then we put them in application. We want you to see how they're going to work in real life. And then once we finalize the logo design, then we can get into social media identity to make sure that you stay consistent across all platforms. So we'll redo your Twitter banners, your YouTube banners, your LinkedIn banners, and make sure that everything looks streamlined across the board. Then we could get into website infrastructure. So we'll wireframe out the whole website, make sure that the blueprint is perfect. We'll do all the copywriting. And we'll make sure that your website is functional, that it's actually going to help you make money. You can have the prettiest websites in the world, but if it doesn't help you make money, then it's just a pretty face with no substance. So we make sure that the website is actually going to make you money, right? So this is what we did for this client. And then we were building their sales funnel as well, because we want to drive sale. We want to drive lead. So we did all the copywriting. We helped them with a video sales letter, and we designed everything from soup to nuts inside of ClickFunnels. And then we bolted that onto their website, and bam, now they have a full branding system that's going to help them drive tremendous amount of qualified lead into their business. So my question for you guys is, how do you want your audience to perceive you? Because you may be wanting them to perceive you in one way, but they're actually perceiving you in another way. So for Unique Designz, this is how we want to be perceived: premium, exclusive, reliable, authentic, outspoken, direct, courageous. I'll give you a quick example here. So this is one of our clients, Brandon Copeland. This guy's a rock star. We actually met when he was playing for the Jets. He now plays for the Patriots. And this guy is an adjunct professor at the University of Pennsylvania. He's got a rockin' foundation that helps underprivileged kids all over the country. He's constantly seen on CNBC. He teaches financial literacy. But when I went to his online identity, when I went to his Instagram, when I went to his website, it didn't depict any of that. It was kind of just mishmashed and slapped together. And this guy was a powerhouse in what it is that he does. So we took it upon ourselves and we helped him rebrand. We did his logo over. We did his website over. We got his messaging tightened up. And some major things started to happen as a result. He did an event. It was called December to Remember. And he did an online virtual shopping spree. And he was able to land sponsorships from Amazon, from the NFL Foundation, a couple other bigger companies. And he raised over $200,000 and served 200 underprivileged families in 19 states. And he helped execute his foundation executed a virtual shopping spree. Had his branding not been dialed in, I'm not sure he would have been able to get those partnerships at that caliber. All right. So very, very important to be perceived as the obvious choice. So my next question is, how do you need to sound to your audience? Very important. For Unique Designz, we want to sound empathetic, direct, authentic, guided, friendly, thought-provoking. Give you a quick story here. The best way to get in front of higher quality clients is to be higher quality yourself. This client came to us and said, listen, we want to scale to 10, 20 million. And our branding is so outdated. We need somebody to come in and just refresh it and get our messaging back on point. So at the time, they just had a landing page for their website that was like slapped together in ClickFunnels. So we came in and made it more legit. We got their funnel dialed in. We got their website dialed in, their color scheme, their messaging, copywriting, everything. And he started running webinars. And the first webinar he ran landed 7 partnership deals. It's powerful stuff. So a little quick story about me. Like, who is this guy, Henry Kaminski? You may be new to me, you may not be, but over the past 14 years, I've built a branding agency that's responsible for billing multiple millions of dollars in creative services. I helped celebrities like John Bon Jovi, Russell Brunson, Fabio Viviani, celebrity chef, and hundreds of other amazing influencers design and build their brands. I'm the recipient of the 2 Comma Club Award by generating over $1.3 million with just one single sales funnel using the ClickFunnels software. So where did this brand doctor name come from? Well, it's my process. I'm not going to prescribe some half-assed strategy. We're going to do a thorough diagnosis first. We're then going to prescribe a customized strategy for you. Then we're going to apply those strategies as needed to make sure you get the results that you're looking for. Because my belief, guys, is the quality of your brand will determine the quality of your clients. The quality of your clients will determine the quality of your life. And my promise to you is to help experts, personal brands, or businesses in their industry grow and become more innovative by helping them understand their ideal clients so that they can connect with them in a genuine and relatable way. My team and I are in the business of making other businesses look good, appear more valuable, and communicate more clearly. Here, guys, are just some more case studies of clients that came to us looking for help in the branding space. This client came to us with a name and they needed it branded out. So we did their website, their funnels, their lead magnet designs, their social media identity, and got them cranking. David Maloli came to us. He wanted to get out of the dental practice and start coaching other dentists. We helped him rebrand his logo, his website, his funnel. Cool story with this. The day he launched, he was speaking at an event, and as he was up on stage, his phone started vibrating like crazy. So he thought it was an emergency from his family. He pulled it out, and it was a bunch of Stripe notifications coming in from his introductory consult funnel that we built for him. Powerful stuff here. And then last but not least, Dom Fawcett, awesome dude, came to us, was like, I have this side hustle. I want to make it real, but I don't know how to brand it, right? And so we helped him get out of his 9-to-5 in half the time. He gave himself a year. We got him out of his 9-to-5 in 6 months, got him 5-figure coaching clients monthly. And now he's doing some amazing, amazing things. He bought a brand new Porsche. He's building a dream home with his family out in Arizona. And he's just doing amazing things. Got his own radio show now and just crushing it. So my question to you is, guys, you need help systemizing your brand? If so, I want you to book a brand assessment with me right now. Now, you might be thinking, assessment, what are you going to do? You're going to get on a call with me and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong? No, that's not what I want to do. I'm not going to sit here from up my perch and tell you everything that's wrong with your branding. What I want to do, and the value that you're going to get out of this initial investment, is I'm going to understand where you are now, where you want to go, and the obstacles in between that are preventing you to do that, and give you actionable steps that are going to allow you to get through those as efficiently as possible so that you could achieve the results that you're looking for. Okay? You're going to be a fit for an assessment if you have a product or service that's just not selling as well as it should. You're willing and able to invest back in your business to increase its value. You understand the importance of building your online presence that truly represents the value you deliver. You're inspired by the work we've created and you value quality and functional branding. And you have a business that involves your personal brand, or you want to level up your company's brand's look, feel, and messaging. Okay, so here's my question. Are you ready to design a business and life that you're passionate and proud of? If so, this is the link to book your brand assessment. So with that, guys, I have one little video that I want you to watch before we wrap up.
Hey, my name is Russell Brunson, and I've had a chance to work with Henry a lot over the last probably year and a half or so. Henry is a big part of the ClickFunnels movement and what we're doing. He's doing images for us every single day. He's doing branding. He's doing designs. He's doing all sorts of stuff. He's also doing designs for some of my personal projects on the side as well. He's got such a good eye for not just what looks good, but what gives your customers and your potential customers an emotional response, emotional impact that doesn't leave them easily.
I would love to tell you something that I find that you do that is remarkable. And that is, and your audience really, your listeners should hear this. I love how you really tailor your models for that particular business. You have a real knack of, a lot of people do the same format no matter what the business is. We need people who can create a different scenario for a different audience. And you are a master at making those connections.
In terms of the value that you guys deliver, I mean, it's an exceptional value for the money, for what you pay. And don't try to go cheapo on this type of thing. It's just too important to the success of your company. And if your company is important to you, you need to use the best, and Henry's the best, period.
We started working with Henry great job. Henry is just a guy who he just has like a passion for people. You know, I remember an event that we were at, and he was speaking, and man, you can just see the emotion and just how much he really cares about helping people. And his design team, they've just done an incredible job for us. So anyone out there that's thinking about working with him or partnering with him, she says do it.
It wasn't for your direction, your patience, and just understanding of who you are, and giving me what I need based off Don Fawcett, not based off what many coaches do, just what they think the other person needs. I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done, and I wouldn't be going the direction that I'm going.